Hello, streaming to you live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Monday, February 16th, 2026, day 308, wearing the incredible technology, the X49. And I want to talk about creatine monohydrate, as it's a subject that keeps coming up. And I found a nice little tidbit of a video which someone I know of who talks about all kinds of variety of things and kind of regurgitated what I've been thinking about for probably several months now, and largely because I stick with doing my thing, taking a pinch of salt and drinking what I call the cleanest and most absorbable water, deuterium free 114 degree molecular bound angle water. And by doing so, I keep seeing results. And those results are like, I'm going to show you. I haven't done any exercises yet, so this is basically normal, like before any pump, right? So here I am, right here. So I'm going to pump that muscle and then do the pinch test. You see that there? But look at the size of my bicep. I keep putting on muscle weight. And I'm thinking to myself, is there a dirty little secret? Could there be a dirty little secret? Well, let's have a listen. What I'm going to play for you. So this is the Matt from, for all of you who know who Matt is. I won't say where he's from because he's easy to find. But let's have a listen to what he says here.
So people always ask me, what do you think about creatine? Did you know it's made in a lab? From two chemicals are put into a chamber, heated and pressurized until they turn into liquid. There is zero meat involved. When people say it worked, it's because it's a form of salt. Isn't that funny? So instead of eating something from Bill Gates, I would do red raw meat or raw eggs. Something to think about. Do people...
Isn't that a little tidbit? Isn't that interesting? Raw eggs or raw meat? Well, I know raw eggs has been talked about for many years, and I remember back in the day when Hulk Hogan used to eat the raw eggs, and he'd be strong. Did he know something? Probably. Did he know anything about salt? Was creatine monohydrate around at that time? I don't remember. I bet if you looked in fitness magazines, you won't find it. So could it be a dirty little secret? Because when I see bodybuilders that say, Larry Wheels, he says, oh, gotta watch the salt. Really? Why? Because you need to consume your creatine monohydrate? Because you're getting your dose of salt? Does he know? Makes me wonder. Because I'm showing you what I'm doing. I just finished drinking the cup of water. The cleanest and most absorbable. And I already had a pinch of salt. And I like to put salt on my dishes, my food dishes, before I eat. Does it help with digestion? Yes. Does it help with building and maintaining hydrochloric acid in the stomach? Yes. Does it help with maintaining muscle mass in the body if I'm only eating 20 to 30 grams of protein a day? Yes. Look. Yes. So is there a dirty little secret? I don't know. I think so. Somewhere. Now, salt is one thing. It's a foundational piece, but you also, that when I talk about salt, I'm saying getting the minerals to make sure you're getting the sodium and the different forms of magnesium. There's 3 in salts. And then there's a whole wide variety of minerals, including even iodine, which is important for your pineal gland, endocrine, and hormones. So does it add up? Yes. So which salt are you taking? Make sure it's a good one. I like Redmond real salt. I also mix and match between gray salt, Celtic sea salt, so that way you confuse your body a little bit. You want to have confusion. Even with the water too, sometimes it's good to have a little bit of water that's not, let's say, as... I wouldn't drink tap water, but I do drink the water that's treated with reverse osmosis, and then I fill it up in these. So this bottle I started filling, and parts per million, I started on the February 13th, so measuring 4 parts per million, and its reduction rate is at 97.95%. So meaning from parts per million what the tap water is, because I measure the source water and what the output is, and I keep track of how efficient the reverse osmosis is at cleaning the water, and then I treat it to make it 114 bond angle. Now, is it deuterium free? I can't guarantee it, because the tap water is continuously mixing with within the system itself. So does it become deuterium depleted? I can't say for sure. Not because the water that comes out of the spout from the machine after it goes through the coil, that's deuterium depleted. That I can guarantee, because it's also treated with ultraviolet light. Now that water that's in the boiler gets pushed out of the boiler into the reservoir. So basically it's getting heated and cooled, right? So this is basically that process. Because when you see the tap water going into the reverse osmosis water going into the boiler, you can see how it is reacting to the heat, because there's like a shadow of sorts, and the same shadow is in the that you see appear when the water is exiting the boiler into the reservoir. So this constant expansion and contraction of the molecule is changing the bond angle, right? So does that mean that it's also removing the deuterium? I think it's safe to say, because there would be like a little bit of a film that builds up on the bottom of the pot. Now, over time, I take that out and I clean it, so that way it reduces to give the water itself in the system a refresh. And I do this periodically as well, after I have installed the reverse osmosis portion of the treatment. So does the water help in powering this Mustang? When I say Mustang, I'm referring to the fitness fitness stress test that I did on Saturday. And for all those who have been following, you know I'm a stickler for details. So what did I do? Well, I updated the spreadsheet, nicknamed spreadsheet, and let's have a look. So here, on February 14th, I attempted to reach the goal of 250 skips in 68 seconds, and I finished at 90. Oh, you can't see it here on the screen. I'm gonna have to change this here. How do I fix this? Can't see it on the screen. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do this here. So you can see here on the screen, right here, I hit 60. I got 60.5 out of 62. So I was 8 skips short of reaching that goal. And it's been now a number of weeks. So am I getting close to reaching my goal? Oh, I am. And then I'm going to up the ante. This is good. But in doing so, I actually have now, I got this weekend X49. I got one. So guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be actually wearing this week. So what I'm going to do is I have here just a wristband, and I'm going to put it right here like this and see what it does for me. I feel something already. I'm pretty sensitive, so I feel it, like the energy, and because I know when I put on X39 here, it's like I can feel it. I'm that, how would you say, in tune with my my body. I listen to things, so, and learn that skill because it helps you. So with that, I'm going to wear the X49 all week like this, as you see. And that's all you need to do. You don't have to stick it to your body. You can just place it somewhere. See where it goes. See how it goes. And I'm going to wear the armband as I normally do here as well. So the other thing I've got for you is resting heart rate. And that is an image I've got here. And it caught my attention because when I zoom into the details of this, I can see the certain details. So it says, Understanding Your Heart, the complete guide to resting heart rate. Okay. And last week I talked about my resting heart rate, and I did the blood pressure test where I was standing here and my resting heart rate was, or it was measuring 51. Okay, 51. So according to the sheet, it says RHR fundamentals. What is resting heart rate? So that's RHR. It is the lowest heart rate you experience in a day, measured in beats per minute, BPM, while the body is at rest. So when I'm standing here, taking my blood pressure, as I did on Saturday, it was 51. Okay, so just remember that number. So the normal adult range, as according to this thing here, says is from 60 to 100 beats per minute. So this is according to the American Heart Association. A typical healthy range for adults is between that number. Why is resting heart rate a vital sign? It shows increased cardiovascular efficiency. Isn't that interesting? I've been talking about this for quite a few months now, and where I said I wish I had the VO2 max equipment to show you a few things, because I've already shown you what my resting heart rate is. And it says here, aerobic training leads to larger heart chambers and more elastic blood vessels, allowing the heart to pump more blood with less effort. Isn't that interesting? Because on Saturday, I said to myself, okay, what am I gonna do differently to achieve my goal of 250 skips at 3.6765, I think, revolutions per second. It's a fast pace. And the metronome is ticking at 221, and that's basically the 3.67 revolutions per second. You know, revolutions, I'm saying this guy. So 3 times in a second. 3.67. And it says here, a window into recovery. An uptick in your normal resting heart rate can indicate that your body is fighting an illness, experiencing psychosocial stress, or is not fully recovered from exercise. Well, that I could see that, because when after the fitness stress test on Saturday, I took my blood pressure again, or it was after the warm up. I think that's when I did it. Now I can't remember if I did it twice. And my resting heart rate was somewhere like 90 somewhere. That makes sense, especially after a warm up. It says here, longevity and heart health. Research suggests that lower resting heart rate is associated with improved heart function and a decreased risk of all-cause mortality. That's interesting. Because back in November of 2025, I used this heart rate sensor here, this one, to measure what my resting heart rate was when I was sleeping. And it was 7.5 hours long. And the average for that 7.5 hours was 48. Okay? Where the lowest number recorded was 42. And when I compare this to my lowest heart rate recorded of all time, it's at 35. This guy right here, 35. And when I talked to a doctor recently, I said, "Oh yeah, do you know earlier this week I had heart rate over 200." He said, "Oh, you better be careful. You know, maybe it's a hereditary condition." And I thought to myself, "You have no idea what I do. How kind of advice you're giving me with one piece of information?" It was like clockwork. I'm like, "What? This doctor has no clue what I know." I like, yeah, you can talk, but I'm a little ahead of you in terms of what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, and I'm taking care of myself very, very well, and I'm proving it to you. So further, let's look at the bottom of this guy. The athlete advantage. Consistent training leads to physiological adaptations, allowing well-trained athletes to have a resting heart rate as low as 30 to 60 beats per minute. Well, I see 35, I see 42. 42 was in November, and I'm 49 years old. So am I doing something right when I'm telling you that I'm drinking the cleanest and most absorbable water and also using the X49 as part of my recovery? Is there something to it? You tell me. Now I'm feeling the effects of this X49. Am I talking faster and clearer? I don't know. Maybe I'm just passionate about health. So, here, according to this spreadsheet at the bottom now, they've got here, this is for men. So the blue, you see there. From the age group of 18 to 25, if a man has a heart rate between 49 and 55, they're considered an athlete. If heart rate average is 70 to 73, and over 82, if your resting heart rate is over 82, considered poor at the age of 18 to 25. If you're 65 plus, over 82 is the same. So it seems like it doesn't matter what age you are, your heart rate is kind of consistent. Or 65 plus for an athlete, it actually decreases, it says, because of maybe our artery buildup. So depending on how you take care of yourself, that's going to dictate how well your heart rate is. So I'm in this age group of 46 to 55, And my resting heart rate is 42. So am I considered a superhuman? Not an athlete, but a superhuman. I don't know. I'm just being trying to be funny. Like, are there things that I'm doing that are leading by example? And when I say that I am as real as a heart attack, do you believe me? How much do you need? How much is the advice that I'm giving you worth something? Am I full of fluff when I'm talking about this? Or talking about the cleanest and most absorbable water? I'm just throwing it out there, okay? Now let's look at women. So, resting heart rate for a woman at the age of 18 to, what was it? 25, 54 beats per minute. No, that's pretty low. I'm sure there's a few women that probably have lower than that out there. And, you know, now what about, so 82 for men was poor, over 85 for women. So it's an interesting chart. Generally, can those goalposts be moved? Slightly, maybe. But I think overall it's probably pretty close. And I think that what I'm doing is just leading by example. And if you believe that I am leading by example, then it's time for you to start pulling the trigger on the X39. The water's harder to get, but this isn't. Costs a coffee a day. Give up your Starbucks coffee or your specialty coffee. Give it up. Try it. Try this. I don't think you're going to regret it. And it doesn't matter what age you are either. Doesn't matter. So, with that, that's enough of my rambling for today. I'm going to start with the warm-up. And you just realize that my metronome here needs to be connected. Probably. Yep, it does. And I'm going to do that momentarily here. See if it does this just to reset it. There we go. That's good. All right. So, and if you listen closely. If you listen closely, you hear the sound of the water. I love that sound. That means I'm making more deuterium-free 114 degree molecular bond angle water. If you want to learn more about the water, scan the QR code there or enter the unlockyourbioenergy.godaddysites.com website, and you'll find where I have blogged about how I make the water and how you can get it. I don't make a single penny talking about it and telling you. Not a penny. I do not get any endorsements from John Ellis. None. When you're ready to experience the benefits of the X39, that QR code will take you there. That you support me, but it also helps you. And that means a lot to me. If you support me, I'd appreciate it. So, without further ado, today's workout is going to be back and biceps. And up there, you can see here, up there, they've got this bar that goes across. The first exercise is going to be a hanging. So hanging, like say, as long as I can. That way I'm going to develop the grip strength. And then I'm going to be switching to an iron cross slash a pull-up. So using the vibration plate and putting maximum tension on the lats. Right? And then working, so a front, working the top, the iron cross type of motion, and then doing a row, and then biceps. All right. So with that, make sure that the speaker's going. But before I forget, I'm going to do the blood pressure. Because the readings that I got on Saturday were high. I was kind of surprised, to be honest, that they were high. So, you can see my heart rate. My armband is measuring. Come on. Can you hear it going? So it's measuring at 124/95, resting heart rate 55. So I'm going to do it again. Now it's showing 133/93, resting heart rate 50. So I'm going to just do one more reading here. Deep breath. So this is now 115/89, rest pulse 63. So blood pressure is kind of low for my age, because technically, according to the mathematical formula, it should be 110 plus half my age. So, 135 over less than 100. According to that mathematical formula, but according to my meter right now, that's not the case. So, since I'm wearing the X49, as you see here, that's this guy, X49. It's supposed to elevate the AHKCU peptide that's tied to performance. So let's see what it does. How I feel. So in addition to the X39, which is the GHK-Cu peptide, and is done naturally by way of the process called photobiomodulation. So nothing is injected into the body. That's what makes this special. Okay, so for the tempo, I'm going to set it at 144, I think. Yeah. No, later. Really? Nine-minute warm-up. And I'm going to use the beaded rope. And let's begin. Yeah, I did the... Just change the screen here. There we go. Yeah. I wonder if my heart rate will be lower when I'm doing explosives. It feels different already. Wearing the X49. Forgot to turn the heat off. I think I did. It's supposed to get colder today. the difference with the X49. All right, so 10 seconds. Switching to double unders. Here we go. All right. The heat is getting hotter down here today with the furnace turning on. What I will do also is take my blood pressure again. Just going to turn this metronome off. Okay, so should be able to hear this. There you go. I don't know how much time is. Okay. Oh, it aired. I'll just show you. Try it again. How much time is left? 10 seconds. My heart rate's recovered. All right. Doing the blood pressure, it aired again. Apparently, I can't read it. It's changing or something. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Let's try the third time now. Alright, finally read 128 over 80, pulse 95. Wonder, I'll do another reading here. Just wait till my heart rate kind of reconnects back to the phone. Maybe my position of my torso blocking the signal. So, see my armband right there, reading my heart rate, so 84 right now, and it's continuously dropping. And it errored again. Let's try one more time. Come on. There we go. So 127 over 89, 85. So didn't change too much, my blood pressure. But now continue on with today's workout. I'm going to set the metronome down to 60 beats per minute. And come on, read. Apparently I'm dead. Still reading. You see? I don't know what's going on here. There. So my heart rate, there we go. Okay, so today's exercise is going to start with doing a hang, which, got here this bar So, just gonna hold on. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, that's a minute, 16, 17, 18, okay, it's slipping. So 18 times 4, that's the time that lasted for the hang. So with that, now I'm going to switch to doing the iron cross slash pull up. So that's where I'm going to take the band here. Okay, it's kind of in the center. Over here, I'll do it this way. I want stronger amplitude on the. Okay, something like this. Oh, I just realized. I need to move this away. Or have a lower. That's what I'm going to do. I can't decide how I'm going to do this today. 3. These 3. A little bit lower. All right. So. Kind of where I want it. And what I'm going to do is actually crisscross the bands. So that way there's a greater stretch on the lats. And then you can work by doing it this way, holding it wide. Since I did the hang, basically I'm already was strengthening the grip strength. Now I'm focusing strictly on the lats. And with them crisscross like this, mimicking a iron cross. Holding it as long as I can. Here. lats right here is very good because of the angle. I wanted to maximize the time under tension. After doing that hang. Wow, feels very good. Okay, next up is going to be switching to the chin-up version. So that's where I'm just gonna look this way. So that's where I'm going to be doing a chin-up. Practice some more hanging if you wish. Still got strength to do it. That's good. After relaxing the lats a little bit, you can still do the pull-ups. That's good. All right, next up is, I just realized the remote where it is. So this is strictly on the lats. Have a full stretch here, pulling down now. By anchoring them at the elbows, forces the lat to do the work. And this is a sticking point for a lot of people. At this point here, hard to pull out. So you can squeeze the shoulder blades together, hold it there, and develop the strength right there. You can lean a little bit more forward so there's more pull. You can do a combo here with this one by doing a row as well, by attaching the bands to the wall behind me, turning around. So if you wanted to save some time. So here I am now, just waving them a little bit like this. Explosives reps now. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So I'm using 76 pounds worth of resistance. So it gives you an idea. It's a lot of time to be spending. Whew. Wow, okay. Next is seated rows. So, just move this out of the way. Let's see where this anchor is. Yeah, it's good height. Actually works. So make a note for next week. Take these straps off. And I'm going to attach them to here. I've got the slightly heavier here because I want to kind of mirror the body weight that I would do this. So I don't want to have an imbalance. So my lats pulling this way is gaining strength, but my row is pretty strong. Got quite a bit of strength there. Okay, I think something like this. Ouch. I want more stretch. I think somewhere like that. And then I'm going to take this weight. That's 70 pounds. Slightly more. And slightly more stretch. There we go. Now, I'm going to do this way here, having my ankle strap around the wrist. So, taking the bicep out, because I'm going to be doing dedicated bicep works after. So here I am pulling straight from the wall. Having a weight on the floor helps with preventing me from sliding. And you want to tug on that band and elbows go past my torso. Holding it here isometrically. Twist, a full stretch. So it's interesting, you can work the lat here at this point just by twisting the body, and the vibration still causes the muscle to activate. So I don't need to have a trainer tapping on the cable weight or the bands to create this vibration or the disruption. The plate does this automatically. Yeah, and I can sense the biochemical change in my body with the AHK-CU peptide from the X49. I can sense it now. It's very, very pronounced for me. It's much the same as the GHK-CU. I can sense that peptide. So this thing works. Holding it here, squeezing the shoulder blades together, holding it isometrically. Hold, keep holding it. If you're following along, explosive, a semi-explosive, halfway. isometrically squeezing it all the way through slowly, letting the vibration activate the muscle. Wow. I can certainly feel it right in here. That's where I feel it. Excellent. All right, next up is I'm going to, for the bicep curl, I'm going to lie down on my back. And the reason being is that it's going to change the way I'm going to do this exercise. And the reason being is that I'm going to attach 2 sets of bands to the wall. One is going to be anchored on the bottom. So I'm going to grab red bands today. And what I'm going to do, just see how this is, it should be higher. Oh yeah, that's good. So, it might be low enough. Okay. One is going to be lower here, and I'm going to use the ankle straps from the. Wow, I can really sense this. I can sense the difference from the X49. It's really pronounced. Okay. Huh. Alright, so you can see here, red band is attached here and a second red band here. And the reason being because I want the full range of motion. So when I'm tugging the rope, I want to have still tension at this peak. And the band that's anchored at the higher point is going to provide that. So I'm going to use the towel here. And to make this a little bit just more comfortable for my neck, my shoulder blades. I don't know if this is too close or not. Yes. I gotta be farther back. Oh yeah. So basically it's going to be like this and tugging through. So need a little bit more tension distance here, just a little bit, not much. I'm going to grab the remote. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do like this. So it's almost like a no cheat. So, can add the supination part like this. I could use even the bar, the easy anchor bar, but basically what I want to do is so this is kind of like a safer version maybe of the preacher curl. Variation that I did last week. So by having kind of doing a plank here at the same time. And I can feel the posterior chain getting activated, which is good. So I'm doing explosives with the pronation. Explosive. Wow. Who would have thought you could do that? Adding the explosive pronations. Wow, okay. Next one is going to be switching to a pronated grip. So, same principle, same idea. Now switching to pronation. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm gonna switch to straight hammer type curl. Oh my. Wow. Feels very interesting. So, let's have a look at the heart rate for today. Today's date stamp is February 16th, 2026. Starting time at 2:56 p.m. Alright. So that you can know I'm not using any AI or anything. This is all real stuff. Alright, so let's look at my heart rate today. Okay. The heart rate zone, 207 to 218. I was in that range for 24 seconds. And that was here. So you can see where my starting heart rate was just above 50 today. And there you can see the above 200, how long, or above 205. Let's see the other range. So 185 to 206 is in that heart rate zone for 1 minute and 50 seconds, 4% of the time. So, and then this heart rate only 25. That's interesting. And the majority of the time was here between 60 and 140. So, let's have a look at my blood pressure. Take another reading so you can see my heart rate is measuring there on the... I'm not actually recording it while I'm going to take the blood pressure reading, but I'm just going to use that as another secondary reference point. Okay, so this time I made sure this was tight. So let's have a peek at what my blood pressure is now. And note that I'm also wearing the X49 today. And I can sense the biochemical change in my body. I can sense it. So my heart rate is 103/62. Or my blood pressure, 103/62 at 104 for my pulse. That's low. I wonder if the X39 is causing, or the X49 is causing this to happen. Because, like I say, I can sense that the biochemical reaction inside my body. And for me, I can sense it through my sinus, believe it or not. And the same goes for the X39. I can sense it through my sinuses. As bizarre as it is, I can sense the same thing. Because I smell it. Like my body's producing the chemical. So now 118/80, heart rate 95. So I'll do one more reading here. And then I'll show you where I put the X49. Which you can also get. When you scan that QR code, just change the location, or just click on the shop, look for the X49. All right, so now a third reading, 112/64, pulse 100. I'll do one more reading just to see. Okay, so pulse 88, blood pressure 104/78. So apparently I've got, according to that mathematical formula, my blood pressure is that of a 8-year-old. when it's at 104. Or no, it's actually below. A 2-year-old. If you figure the math, half my age, like I'm just using numbers, right? So I reported there's a 110 plus half your age is what your normal blood pressure should be. So like, really? I should be at 135 over 78, but it's at 104. So does the X49 do something for the body? That is the question. Now that I have measured it against wearing the X39, X39 is here, and the X49 I put here. And you can see, there's a number. And I got this from Margaret. Thank you. So I said I would try it, and I could feel the difference. See? Do I deserve your vote in the Muscle and Fitness magazine contest? If you think I deserve your vote, this is where you'll find I'm currently in 11th spot. Your vote counts for 2 times the amount. 3 days left. When does the vote? Yeah. So the top 10 in this group moves on, advances, and right at this point, I need your vote in order to stay in the contest. If you think I am as real as a heart attack at the age of 49, where I debunk that mathematical formula, 220 less your age. Today I hit, what was the heart rate? Again? 210? That's my max today. Please vote for me. I deserve it. We'll see you tomorrow for Tacky Tuesday. It's going to be push exercises. Today was pull. Have a good night.